A former Special Forces agent is trapped in a time loop and relives his death over and over again. To escape the terrible situation, he must track down those responsible and stop them. But before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an epic movie breakdown. Roy Pulver, a former Special Forces soldier, finds himself trapped in a time loop, reliving the same day over and over while being hunted by a group of assassins. As he tries to uncover the mystery behind his predicament, he learns that it is connected to a secret government experiment and his estranged wife, Gemma Wells. Roy wakes up abruptly in his bed as an assassin attempts to kill him with a machete. He dodges the attack and fights back, only to be ambushed by another hitman firing a machine gun from a helicopter. Jumping out of his apartment window, he narrowly escapes but is soon pursued by a series of highly skilled assassins, including a sniper, a sword-wielding killer, and others. No matter how hard he tries, he dies every time, only to wake up again at the same starting point. Through multiple loops, Roy memorizes attack patterns and improves his survival skills. He realizes that this isn't a dream. He is truly stuck in a real-life video game-like scenario, where he must keep replaying the same day until he figures out a way to break the cycle. On attempt 48, Roy tries to call his estranged wife Gemma. Her phone is answered by her boss, Clive Venter, defense contractor Dino Labs. Venter tells Roy that Gemma died the previous evening in an accident in the lab. Roy is suspicious but is killed before he can act on the information. In the unlooked timeline, the day prior, Roy visits Gemma at Dino Labs, believing she has gotten him a job interview. Gemma and Roy argue over their son Joe, because Gemma has not told him that Roy is his father. Dino's head of security summons Gemma to speak with Venter. Gemma hints that she is working on something big. She reveals that she needs Roy's services, not the company's. He now suspects that she might be the key to his time loop. On attempt 143, Roy arrives at underground Atlanta and spots Joe. Roy follows him into the main arcade area, where he confesses he ditched school to participate in a video game tournament. The assassins arrive, and Roy uses his body as a shield to protect Joe, revealing that he is Joe's father before he dies. Roy realizes he is being tracked and discovers a transmitter in his tooth. Roy uses the next several resets to probe Dino's defenses using trial and error. On attempt 156, Venter reveals the truth about the machine in the lab and his plan. It is called the Osiris Spindle, a quantum device capable of rewriting history. Venter plans to use it to set himself up as the world's dictator. Venter also confirms his responsibility for Gemma's death. Roy realizes that Gemma used the Osiris Spindle to put Roy in a time loop. A later attempt reveals that the Osiris Spindle can't be shut down and that if it runs too long it will destroy the world. Roy begins using his countless loops to train with legendary martial artist Dai Fong. Through repeated trials, he becomes an expert sword fighter and a highly skilled warrior. He methodically eliminates each assassin one by one, using strategy rather than brute force. After perfecting his skills, Roy finally reaches Venter. He learns that if he doesn't stop the Osiris Spindle soon, it will cause a catastrophic event that could end the world. But even after confronting Venter and his army of assassins, Roy realizes he still lacks the final piece of the puzzle. He needs Gemma to stop the machine. Roy discovers that while he is at Dino, Joe was being targeted by the other assassins. Roy arrives at the arcade to find police removing Joe's body from the scene. As Roy attempts to get past the police, the Osiris Spindle explodes, destroying the world. Roy starts spending his days bonding with Joe through various activities. On attempt 249, Roy and Joe have a longer conversation and Joe reveals that he had gotten a voicemail from his mother that morning. Roy sees the timestamp on the message and realizes that Gemma is still alive when he wakes up each morning. On a subsequent attempt, Roy jumps onto the helicopter and orders the pilot to fly them to Dino. He knocks out the pilot, uses the minigun to kill all the assassins who tracked him to the facility, thereby saving Joe, and fights his way downstairs just in time to kill Brett Venter and save Gemma. Roy reveals he has been spending his attempts to be a father to Joe, and that he saw the end of the world. Gemma explains that they may be able to stop the chain reaction if Roy enters the Osiris Spindle, which will send him back to the start of the day one last time. Roy enters the Osiris spindle and awakens in his bed. The movie ends ambiguously. Roy wakes up again, but we don't immediately see what happens next. Has he finally broken the loop, or is he about to relive another attempt? The answer is left open-ended. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more Hollywood movie explanations. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.